Yo, I'm JJ the Boss. Tune into the Game Changers podcast where we dive into everything from sports to politics and everything in between. Join us for lively discussions, conversation, and ignite your passion for the game. Don't miss out locking with us, share your thoughts, and subscribe to catch the next episode. Let's change the game together and keep the dialogue going.
Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Game Changers podcast. I'm your host, JJ the Boss. We got the fellas, Game Changers, Mayor Socrates, be in the building. Hey, we were talking earlier about, we've been passing along in the group chat, all this injustice going on in the world. But just another episode in America where Sean Grayson, former police officer, fatally shot a black lady, Sonia Massey, over boiling water. And by now, we all saw the video. Bruh. That was ridiculous. He told her, "I'll shoot you in the effing face." And the young lady said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And it's like, I just can't see how you can shoot somebody over that. Even if you're not even, the same religion or whatever it is. But she was not a threat, and in my estimation, and he was found guilty, but it was some, a lot of controversy about that because he was found guilty of second-degree murder, and that only, of course, the penalty for that is going to be way less than it would have been for a first-degree murder, which we all saw, we all watched. So what do you guys say about it?
I just never, I don't understand how you can find him guilty for second degree murder and not first degree when he literally, you see the full video from beginning to end of him gunning this woman down for no reason. And second degree, for 4 to 20 years, this is all he's gonna get. When you got people that have sold drugs and they getting life in prison, and this man that took somebody's life.
That's the part. That part. And you told me earlier the penalty for the second degree was what?
4 to 20 years. This is all he's looking at.
And that could, on the low end, it could be on the low end, it could be on the high end. Like I don't like that kind of stuff. Like 4 to 20, that's a big difference. The 4 years could be considered as a slap on the wrist.
Considered a slap on the wrist, man. That's not even a slap on the wrist. That's a pat on the back. Congratulations, good job. This is something we got to do this to make it look good in the public's eye. Gotta punish you some type of way.
Yeah, he in my personal opinion, he should have life with no parole. Obviously, this is the justice system looking out for one of their own, giving them second degree. That's what it comes off to me like, and he should just be riding away. She was no threat. She was laid down in cold blood, man, and that's exactly what it was. And we already know what this was about, and you could already, when you go back on that body cam footage, his partner couldn't believe it. His partner could not believe what he did.
But he was wrong. Did not render aid at all. Didn't try to render aid. And when they said something about going to get his bag to get, he's like, "Oh, she's already gone. Oh, don't worry about it." It's like the disregard
for human
life, though.
And the sad part is they tell us to comply. Do what the officers tell you to do. And everything will be okay. This woman was complying and lost her life. You asked her.
She may have had some mental health. She may have had some mental health issues at the time going on too. But
but that's speculation though. We don't know that.
I mean,
he asked her to turn the stove off, so she don't set the house on fire. And all she did was turn the stove off and said, I rebuke you. And this man fired off into her body and took her life for complying. She wasn't a threat to you. I just
Sad
second degree
situation.
that wasn't enough, bro.
Sad situation for sure, though. You had a video. Let's hear some more of the background on there. Let's listen to the audio. Um,
Here we go.
Grayson hit a deer while working at the Logan County Sheriff's Office.
My car's out of service, airbags deployed.
It happened when he failed to slow down despite his boss calling off a vehicle pursuit. He was driving around 110 miles an hour.
Done sick.
Disciplinary paperwork and recordings obtained by the I-Team
Official misconduct will land you in jail.
revealed Grayson had a pattern of problems, from inaccurate reports
I'm calling you on your integrity.
to simply not following directions.
It will get you sued, and it will get you out of your business of law enforcement very quickly in today's world.
His earlier bosses had expressed concerns Grayson was too aggressive and a bragger. Yet he stayed on the job.
How are you still employed by us?
Grayson finally submitted this letter of resignation from the Logan County Sheriff's Office. A month later, he joined the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, and about 1 year later, he was charged in the shooting death of Sonia Massey. We also know that Grayson was kicked out of the Army for his first of 2 drunken driving convictions. The I-Team is fighting for...
So how
Come
was
on
he
now.
still employed, bro?
That's ridiculous. I didn't even, bruh. I mean, you can do all that and still
Still be a police? Like how do somebody with that type of temper or that disregard for authority himself still have a job? This man was kicked out of the Army, resigned from one police department, and a month later working at another. And then a year
That's
after that, he
hard.
takes somebody's life.
Well, you know, and we have to just state the obvious. We have to state the elephant in the room. When you're a white male in America, and when you're a young, up-and-coming white male in America, the white power structure can make the excuse for you as a young white male or female. Oh, they have a hot streak. Yeah, they could be a little fiery at times. They're just young and growing up. You know, it's just what the boys do. You know, they get excused for improper behavior. They get excused for things of what other minorities in this country will never get excused for. They can take lives and it's okay. They can rob and hurt people and do things. Well, we don't know what was going on with him or her mentally. Those excuses will not fly for the minority population in America, and it will fly with white America. They can make the excuse that somebody is went through something or did this or did that, and this is where you get the second degree charge. There was a little bit of leeway there, right? Whereas if if the tables were turned and she was the cop, I don't think she would have got second degree. So yeah, I think we just have to that's just the elephant.
And I think we just gotta call that out when we see it. 'Cause we're not gonna act like we blind. We're not gonna act like we didn't see the video. You know what I'm saying? And in these instances, it's like they hate that there is a video. They want to redact the videos, all the they don't want to give you the video when in a timely manner. It's always
It's not
something.
surprising. This ain't surprising. We've seen this time and time again to where these cops gun somebody down in broad daylight on camera, unarmed, and get suspended with pay, and then get off in the trial.
This dude had 2 DUIs already, so he got to the police department.
But
So,
how do
I
you
mean-
still have a driver's license with 2 DUIs?
what do you gotta do to get I mean, what can't you do and still be a policeman? Like,
And these are the reasons why he felt he was able to defy his bosses at work. He was able to defy orders from his superiors because they're allowing him to still have a job with all of these things on his record and no consequences.
'Cause
This
it's
is
just
why
like,
he
oh
was
well,
already wilding out, because he already felt and he already had the door open to do what he pleased to do.
he wasn't gonna stop until he killed somebody.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
and it kind of, it's stuff that we just know that are people, us on the other side of the fence in America, we know this. We know how this ball rolls and we know how this goes. So this is why this story, as sad as it is, the way it went down and the circumstances and the details behind the story are not surprising to us.
At all.
Because we just had it happen. It didn't happen, but it could have just happened to the greatest boxer that we currently have in the world right now, Bud Crawford. Just a month or two ago,
Yeah, we just
he,
had that talk about that on the show.
Yep.
that he almost
Wow.
lost his life in Omaha after winning, beating Canelo and
getting
becoming
it to the city. And getting it
and
to the city.
his
No
own
way.
police department, who knew who he
Mhm.
was, pulls a
Probably
gun
at
on
the
him
parade.
after his
Right.
parade celebrating him. So, if he can if this man, one of the biggest people in sports, period, and just in Hollywood right now, let's just say a name, this man got a weapon pulled on him. So
Mhm.
we know that 2025 is still a breeding ground for hate against minorities, particularly black people.
And it's sad because we ain't going no fucking well.
No, we not.
So
So but what would stop these stories from happening? Because they tell you don't take the law in your own hand. But
that's the only way you
what
gonna
I'm
stop.
saying,
When we stop,
see what I'm saying?
when you start letting these motherfuckers take advantage of you and do what the fuck they want to do when they pull you over, this is when it stops. This
Mhm.
and I don't want to seem like I'm trying to like cause problem or stir up a riot or anything
Or
like
be divisive, because that's starting to be used against open-minded people by being called divisive when you telling the truth about this shit. But
But
go
that's
ahead.
the only way we're gonna be able to stop this shit. If not, they're gonna continue to shoot us down in the street like dogs. You gotta fight back. Just comply and listen, man. At the end of the day, when I walk out my door, my only objective is to get back home to my kids, and it's the same for that officer when he walks out that door. So why is your life more important than mine?
Why do they act like they in such danger all the fucking time when they the motherfuckers walking around here with the guns
If
and
it's
the
that fucking
fucking
scary,
spray
you don't need a
and
gun or a bag.
Exactly.
Why are these police officers so fucking aggressive on regular people who, I mean, well, Crawford, that whole thing. As soon as they hear gun or as soon as they see gun, it's like, oh, yeah, we got the right to, officer safety. But we gotta find a way to combat that. That's and like I said, I don't want to be labeled as divisive, but violence don't respect fucking humility. Violence
At
doesn't
all.
respect, somebody who's trying to be calm in the situation. That's not what violence
Well, we've
respects.
seen them. We've seen them put a motherfucker down with their hands up. We've seen people lose their lives in the back of a police car in handcuffs. How do a person shoot himself in handcuffs?
Mm. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, we got to get to this next story, because it's another episode and another. I mean, the same familiar story that we've been talking about here in this day and age.
Man, the privilege.
Man, Socrates, you brought this to my attention. I was flabbergasted. No jail time for the Oklahoma teen, son of a former university football director, avoids prison after allegedly aping multiple high school girls and nearly killing one, thanks to the youthful offender status that the defense team requested and the prosecution agreed to, and the judge agreed to. So, I mean, right at the end of the trial, they come up with this suggestion for the youthful offender status, which keeps this young predator off back on the streets, put him back on.
He should have been locked up and forgotten about. But they just gave him. They just gave this man the license to take somebody's life or to take something from one of these young women. They gave him a license to do it. It's okay. Go out here and, hey, as long as you don't take their life, we'll let you go.
But you got these young guys sitting in jail forever for a robbery.
Exactly. You know? But where are these girls' parents at? Because feel how you want to feel. Because if that was a child of mine, boy, your dad in the army couldn't keep me off your ass.
Exactly. Okay, and that's back to my point that I'm sorry. That's just what it is. We're not playing at hope the justice system sorts everything out. Man, we're gonna have to take the law in our own hands sometimes. And in this situation, like you said, couldn't. I hate to say that. I hate to say couldn't be me, but hope it never is. But man, we got to do something.
And just to go back on the point of what we were talking about in the last story, it just comes back once again. These are things that will be excused by white America when it comes to their youth and to their people. Oh, he's just a kid. Give him another chance. And if you were to see the body cam footage of when this kid was arrested, the mom came out and acted like, he got locked up for, vandalizing the neighborhood or something, or like kicking over garbage cans on the corner. She came out, don't worry, honey. We're going to get you out. Don't worry, we'll be there. She knew what he had. She knew what he did, and she did not blink an eye to anything that he did
at all.
Didn't care, But this is the type that becomes a serial killer, predator, or a serial rapist. This is the one that.
Ropus.
Yeah, that part. But like these are the ones that get away with stuff like this. And then in the end, when you finally catch them, after they done taken countless lives, then y'all come up with like, something should have been done about this years ago. When y'all just had the opportunity to do something and y'all didn't. Y'all let him walk, knowing what he had done. So, and then it comes to the victims. At this point, this is where like nobody wants to say anything because they feel like nothing is gonna be done. So I done put my business out here, and now I'm embarrassed and being victim blamed and shamed and all this because I spoke up and tried to get some type of help, and then y'all just let them walk. And these kids gotta face this guy. This ain't something that he done 2 or 3 states over. This is something he done right there in his hometown or in whatever state that they are in. So his ass
wouldn't be able to live comfortable around me.
Sure enough, wouldn't. Because the boy, listen, and that's what comes. Where are these girls' fathers? Where are they uncles, the brothers? Where are the homeboys that would do anything for his homegirl? Somebody,
Not to just bring up things that aren't factual. I'm not trying to bring up hypotheticals or whatever, but how many of these girls' fathers and uncles and men are doing the same thing that this young man's doing in the community? It's probably other men that are around doing the same thing. Maybe not just, outwardly just doing those acts, but there's a lot of people who are doing things that are not right. And they might want to stand up, but they might have some dirt on themselves. So, you got to look at it from all angles. Because like you guys said, why are they not standing up? Why are they not saying anything? And maybe they are, and there's no reports about it.
Well, you or your parents will never be able to be comfortable again.
Well, we did see a couple weeks back, where the white men, after the Charlie Kirk unaliving, the white men were marching, saying, white men fight back. But this is another case of, it being this same demographic, having these kind of, inklings, these type of behaviors, these type of criminal intentions. But they call us the thugs.
We're the hoodlums. Well, but we ain't going around doing shit like this.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate, man. That's where we at in this country right now. And like I said, hey, fight back. That's all I can say.
It's always been there. It's just now that there's cameras everywhere, and we're getting to see a whole lot more. It's always been here.
That's the truth. So, hey, we'll be right here to call it out every time. If I know a subject like this will ruffle some feathers, but this is the type of conversation that we have on the Game Changer podcast.
Yeah,
because these are conversations that need to be talked about, because a lot of this go unreported or really kind of.
This is the type of stuff that disappears in the media because nobody talks about it, and then it's forgotten. But as soon as something else happens, it's talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Mm-hmm. So we just bringing light to stuff like this and other things. Of course, we talk sports, we talk politics, we talk relationships, we talk all that. But this is another thing that pertains to life here in America, and I'm quite sure in other places. But yeah, y'all just like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned to the Game Changer TGC podcast. Y'all got anything?
Peace.